Jacksonville Jaguars and the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears with the #1 defense according to EPA. One of the best pass rushing defenses in the NFL. One of the best pass coverage defenses in the NFL. A quarterback who has already thrown for 200 yards, 300 yards twice in his career as a Chicago Bear, which is more than Justin Fields did in his career, Kyle Orton did, Rex Grossman did. The team's got a plus 500 record. They're plus 500 against the spread. The line has moved aggressively in their direction. Talk to me. Talk me off the ledge. Tell me why I shouldn't be euphoric. Tell me why in a 45-minute phone call with my buddy Matt, 25 wasn't spent on Caleb Williams and his ability to read defenses. I swear to God, that's what two grown men in their 50s talked about for an extended period of time. Explain to me why I shouldn't be over the moon.
And it's also just a hilarious list of names when you're going back there. Rex Grossman, Kyle Orton. I mean, what wild times of the mid 2000s were in the Bears? I mean,
that's all we
poor,
have to hold on to. For a run, Kyle Orton looked like he was going to be the second coming of Tom Brady.
no, poor Forte, man. I mean, he just never had a quarterback his whole career in Chicago. Yeah, me and you talk. I don't want to beat it down too much. People know I am obsessed. I love Williams, and the week one, I was scared because I was just like, I didn't think his personality, his whole career, he didn't get nervous. He was always able to show up in these big moments and make big time throws. And even in week two, he looked a little lost. And I could see it from you, a little bit of panic of like, man, what is going on here? Are we messing this kid up already because we don't have the coaching? But we've seen this talent kind of shine through now once we're through 5 weeks. And it's just, you should be over the moon. I mean, it's very exciting, but how is this not the spot to fade this team and take this Jaguars team? Like, this is the spot, but I'll wait, let the public keep coming in. Maybe I'll get a 3 on this Jaguars team that they suck. For our last 10 years of our life in this NFL, they suck. The Jaguars, you know where they don't suck? London. Like, I don't know why. It's their home away from home. They just have always known how to travel to London and play well. Doesn't matter who the coach is, if it was Blake Bortles, if it's Trevor Lawrence, like they usually perform well. So I'm interested to get some stats off Evan about these trends with this Jaguars team here. But I already wanted to fade Chicago just because they're a young team and this is peak. Like, they are so hyped up right now. They've just had a bunch of really impressive wins back to back. They dominated the Rams in the second half. That Carolina game, they dominated from the get-go, right? That was their most complete game of the season. So if you're a Bears fan, you want to bet them, I'd grab it now. Why not grab the 2.5? It's a key number. I only think it goes up from here. We talk all the time. Favorites international games after the Vikings win last week, they're 35-10 straight up. So historically, the favorite, this is the spot you want to take them on these international games. But man, this is pretty wild how much, just your whole division, every one of your guys' divisions is so good right now. It's crazy to think that you guys are sitting here 3-2. You couldn't have asked for a better start to this Bears season, right? Like, the way Williams is playing, the way the defense is playing, a couple of rough patches here and there, but that's the NFL season. So yeah, to be sitting here at 3-2 with a rookie QB, I know you got to be feeling pretty good.
So look, a couple weeks ago against the Rams, they came back and won, and I was really frustrated because Caleb Williams was standing in the pocket almost like a statue, like he wasn't moving his feet, he wasn't ready to maneuver, anything like that. And again, in my weekly debriefings on this team, with Matt, I was explaining my frustration with this, and he said, I actually saw that a different way. I saw that as he was reading the defenses and going through his progressions and was processing it all. And this week, you saw a lot of that process sped up in a much better way. Again, the Panthers are a terrible team and a bad
Yeah.
defense and not a very good secondary.
Still,
So
you got to make the throws.
you got to make the throws, and they were spectacular throws. Also, all fans can appreciate this. 10 minutes of that conversation today was Matt apologizing and falling on his sword for saying the Bears made a terrible mistake in drafting Caleb Williams and they should have kept Justin Fields. So there hasn't been any panic in Chicago. We haven't been riding the roller coaster in any way whatsoever, but we sure are glad we have Caleb Williams right now. I am
I
not going
mean,
to bet
even
this game.
Bears fans have to admit they're just different tiers. Like on Justin Fields, his ceiling was never going to be anywhere close to what Caleb Williams' ceiling is, which is what you guys are hoping he could turn to a form of Patrick Mahomes. That movement in the pocket, it's just Fields never had that. Fields had the 1 or 2 read, pull it down,
Yeah.
run it, which is really special. But Caleb is able to pull it down, create plays on his own, which is in this NFL, that's just everything. The best quarterbacks like Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Mahomes, that's Lamar. That's what they do.